All right, welcome back, everyone. Bunch of calls. I'm just going to go right back to the phones. Let's go to Barry. Barry, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Go right ahead.
I'd like to make this comment.
All right.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Okay. I'd like to make this comment. Hopefully you won't hang me up just like Morning Lion does before I can speak the truth. The truth is this. I go out. I'm not a member of no party, never have. A few days I'll be 70 years old. I want that to be understood. The thing about it is this. I can read the Constitution just as well as that law professor, and everybody else can too if they just go and get it and read it and see what it says. We don't need professors and stuff to tell us what it says. Read it, believe it. Now, the other thing is this. I am an honest man. I do not say this, that other people will go out here and get these here ballots and everything and pick up a lot of them and fill them out with other people's names and go to a different state and mail them out. These things are no doubtly happening and everything, and this is what the process is. When I go vote, I show my identification, and this is one of the things that's being pushed for about this here that went to Congress, is to check it out. Make it illegal for everybody. No matter what party you are, you should have to take and show identification, and you should take and have to do identification thing to get a hold of that ballot. Now, this is where the problem is. You can't get the Democrats and Republicans together to come together and put this thing straight.
Okay.
If you're sick, you should take and be able to have other revenues with your family. And I don't mean no disrespect toward this professor. All professors sometimes need to just clean their brains out because they take and think they know everything. Nobody knows everything, but I encourage people to go and study the Constitution for themselves.
Okay, all right. I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to give him a chance to say some things here. All right. He said several things, and you can respond to all of that, I guess. What I'm most interested in is he's saying he thinks people, again, skepticism about the voting, filling out these mail-in ballots, mailing them across lines. There should be voter ID. Your comments on what he had to say there.
Well, I mean, you know, with respect to that, I'm not an expert on voting systems and so forth. My understanding, though, is that all of the studies that have been made have really indicated that there's very little voter fraud of that nature that takes place in our elections. And in fact, Ben Ginsburg, who for 40 years was the leading Republican lawyer, has been writing and saying that for 40 years, I've been trying to find voter fraud, and it just isn't there. But the point that the gentleman made that I really wanted to comment on, that I totally agree with him, is that, I mean, this is my Constitution, and I carry it around in the pocket. And he's absolutely right that, you know, one of the things that Chief Justice John Marshall said at the beginning was that the Constitution is a short document because it ought to be accessible to all of us, and that everybody ought to be able to read the Constitution, and everybody really is a citizen. Part of our duty is to engage the Constitution, just as this gentleman said. And I think when you do that, you know, we can disagree about a lot of issues, and there's a lot of constitutional issues that people have disagreements about. But I think that three of the ideas that everybody would agree on is that the Constitution is devoted to the rule of law, and that we try and resolve issues peacefully and through the legal processes, not through mobs. That second, that we believe in democracy and democratic accountability. We believe in elections and the things that are associated with elections. And third, that we believe in pluralism, that we believe that we should treat each other, the different people who are Americans, with respect, and really that the golden rule is really implicit in our Constitution. The first words in the Constitution are "we the people," and that suggests that there are bonds between us and that we should really treat each other as fellow citizens and as fellow human beings and not as enemies and antagonists. So I agree entirely with what the gentleman's saying.
Yeah, okay, great. I hate that we have to go. We're going to take a break, come back. We'll be back right after this.